Michigan's snowmobile trails are very unique and they're very popular. It's well maintained. There's a lot of mileage. We have great snow in Michigan.
Snowmobiling is one of the only self-sustaining sports there is, which is all done through trail permits, registrations.
We have a very strong and robust trail system that connects communities. You can ride from community to community.
And it just gives opportunity for people to get out in the winter and really enjoy our snowy winter wonderland.
When you go into small communities that are connected by trails, the gas stations are busy, the restaurants are busy, the hotels are busy. You can see the economic impact on the ground in real time.
We would have a tough time without snowmobiles here in the wintertime. There's probably a place or two that wouldn't even be open.
From my perspective, it allows me to stay in business. And from the snowmobiler's perspective, it's just a lot of fun going out and speeding around the trails.
We get the same snowmobilers back year after year. They're from all over the Midwest, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Indiana, and it's great to see them all come back every year.
My role is just keeping the whole operation going, from the machinery to the trails, signing.
Some of these machines are pretty high tech and there's a lot of maintenance that goes into greasing and we're putting on a ton of hours in the winter. They're running every night, every day, 10, 12 hours a day. And the maintenance side of it is just not out every day grooming in the winter. It's year round typically. So there's a lot of things that go on in the summer to keep the trails in good shape.
We rely heavily on our clubs and they're nonprofit organizations that are out there doing it just for the good of the system.
And eventually over time those clubs and organizations gain strength and unity, and through the work of volunteers and cooperation with the Department of Natural Resources, we developed all these interconnected trail networks that allow people to literally unload in Grand Rapids, ride to the Mackinac Bridge, all the way to the Keweenaw, over to Gogebic County and back. That is largely due to passionate people and volunteers that started working in this snowmobile program several decades ago.
Throughout the state of Michigan, about 50% of the snowmobile trail system is on private land. This private land is a mixture of both corporate lands, real estate holdings, and small private landowners that allow the trail to cross their lands. $8 from every snowmobile registration since 2008 has been going into a fund to develop and secure snowmobile trail access for the future.
As far as preservation goes, our active role is basically saving the trails. So there's a lot of complaints that we have on landowners. 50% of our trails going through private property. We're experiencing high volumes of complaints on loud snowmobiles going through private property, and the complaints on the loud snowmobiles are actually causing us to lose snowmobile trails. We lost over 400 miles of snowmobile trail due to excessive noise complaints and trespassing issues. So our role is basically to enforce these laws, trespassing, loud snowmobile sound emissions. We're also actively out there enforcing registration violations, trail permit violations, but our role is basically to preserve the trail systems in Michigan for current and future generations.